Greetings, Benjamin J. from Ben's Trains with another in the series. Well, an interesting day. Went down to St. Louis today, and on the way there and back hit a bunch of junk shops, antique stores, knick-knack shops, things like that. Anyway, in one of the junk shops, I found this Marx 490 in fairly poor condition. Has a broken edge on it, like most of them do, but it has a double reduction motor in it. Anyway, I asked the guy how much he wanted for it, and he said, well, it doesn't run. What do you say to 10 bucks? It's like, sold. Anyway, brought it home, and getting ready to put it on the rail for its first run around the track. Now, I tested this on the bench, and it did not run because it was missing the top brush spring. This motor has not run in decades. I put it on the rail, it wouldn't even get any power. I had to scrape the contactor. Anyway, got it up and running, lubed and tuned, so I thought I'd do a quick video of its first trip around the rail. Just running the motor. Power is on. Watch this. That is 50% power. You see that motor is just absolutely flying around this track at 50% power. It's had almost no run time at all, but it's been sitting someplace probably for the last 50 years. Anyway, just want to do a quick video on this. As I always stress, don't overlook the junk. This thing was $10 in a junk shop. Knick-knack shop, I guess is what they actually called it. But as you notice, it has a traction tire built into the wheel. Just a rubber wheel that snaps into a groove. Anyway, this is the first time I've seen a Marx double reduction motor with a traction tire. So anyway, as you can see, it's had almost no runtime at all. It's actually in really, really decent shape. It had just been sitting for decades and decades and decades. And it was so dry, of course, it would turn, but just barely. And the guy told me it didn't run. And he was right, it surely didn't. And all I really had to do to it was clean it up, oil it, and replace that spring. And of course, that was the reason it didn't run. Because he said it doesn't even buzz. And without the top spring, it won't even buzz. It won't do anything at all. Anyway, I replaced that spring and haven't even cleaned the armature yet. Sprayed a quick spritz of WD-40 into that bearing. This thing was dry as a proverbial bone. It had been sitting someplace for decades. Anyway, the locomotive itself, the shell is fair at best. It's got a broken corner the way so many of them do. So I'll very likely just snag the plate and the coupler and throw it in the junk box. This, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I will very likely put it in a, I might put it in the Canadian Pacific when I finally get around to hydro dipping it. It's a great zippy little motor, and it has a traction tire. So this thing will pull almost anything. It was pulling, what, 12 cars with just the motor itself. So anyway, I put this in a good heavy shell, and this thing will pull virtually anything you would want it to pull. And it's in really, really decent shape. It had not run in years and years and years, decades. But it's one of the fastest Marx motors I've seen. This thing was just flying around the rail at 50% power. Anyway, got to stress it. Don't overlook the junk. 10 bucks because that spring was missing. And I had this up and running in about 10 minutes, literally about 10 minutes. It even had the original light bulb in it. I took it out. It was someone had, I don't know if you can see this, someone had tried to paint it for some reason, and it was really, really dim. I thought it was burned out until I checked it, and it was somebody had actually painted it, physically painted it. No idea why. So anyway, I unscrewed it and put a new bulb in it. I'll just strip the other one in some alcohol, get the paint off of it. But this motor runs. This motor runs really, really well. So I just wanted to do a quick video on this. You know, the E unit is in perfect working condition. It's smooth, as you see, and it is fast. This is a one zippy little motor, no doubt about that. It runs really, really well. Anyway, gotta say it again. Don't overlook the junk. $10. Don't be afraid to ask. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video on it. I'll look around, find a shell, and very likely upgrade this. I'll probably pull these push rods off of here as well. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.